What's up, YouTube? I'm going to be changing this brake line on a Ford Escape. So should be a very short video, very simple except for bleeding it, but I'm not going to do that in this video. First I got to take off this nut right here, and I'm just going to loosen it. I'm not going to actually take it off. I'm just going to crack it loose, and to give you a better idea, that's what it looks like. So you could see I just have it cracked loose. Not enough to where fluid is coming out, but enough to where once I take this clip off, it'll come out very easy. So then from there I come down to the bottom, and I gotta take this one off, so I'm gonna crack that one loose also. And the top one is a 13 mil, the bottom one is 14. So I'm just gonna crack that. You can see, crack that loose. So now I have the bottom and the top that's ready to get taken off. I have to remove this clip, and that's use a flathead screwdriver, and there's a groove right here. Just gonna wedge the screwdriver in the groove, and I'm just gonna pry it out and just wedge it in, twist it. We brace it against the strut. Just like that, it pops out. That's a little groove that I wedged the screwdriver in just to pry it out. Then there's another one that's right here. Do the same. Just get in here, pry that out. That one out. Push down. Take that out of the little slot. This one up top. You see it's moving freely. So now what I gotta do is I'm gonna back this nut out, and then I have to turn the entire line to back the lower part out. And the reservoir up top is full. Make sure I fill that up, because once I take it off, it's gonna be fluid coming out of this line. And also I left the cap on up top. That way it doesn't create a vacuum, or it doesn't pull air in, so it's gonna blow all the brake fluid out. So here I go back to my 13. Loose that off. And like I said, it's gonna drain fluid, but hopefully I could get it in time. You could hear it dripping. So now I'm holding the entire hose, and I'm gonna turn the entire hose to take the bottom off. Now this is the new hose, and this is the bottom. So I'm gonna screw this in, twist the entire hose. Grab my 14 mil, snug the bottom up. Have this end, stick that through a little bit, put that in, and I'm just going to tighten this by hand. Then I'll go in with my 13 mil. And I just kind of give it a little turn. And on the top of this right here, it has two little flat spots, and that's just so you could use another wrench or maybe an adjustable to kind of sit on top and hold it. In my case, I'm going to use the adjustable. And you could see the two flat spots. So I'm going to sit it right in. And I got it like so. It's sitting on there. Now I could tighten on the bottom. Not too tight, I'm just snugging it up. Okay. The bottom is also nice and snug. And there's a little notch in there right here. There's a notch, and then the plate that it slides into so the notch is right here. You could see it right there. There's a little slot or a groove right here that it sits in. So if I were to try and put it in like so, see, I'm pushing it down, it's not going in. But if I just rotate it just a little bit, slide it over to where that notch is, and once I get it in that notch, I could push it right in. See, it's in that notch. Now it's sitting flush. Okay. Now I just use my the adjustable just to turn it a little bit, just to get it to sit flush. But once it sits there, then this goes at the bottom in this groove right here. And you can see I'm just going to butt it up against it like so. Keep it nice and even. And I'm just going to slide it in. And once I slide it, it's not all the way in yet. Once I have it to where it's in to a certain point, then I could just tap on it and get it nice and flush, and that's it. Nice and secure, it's not going nowhere. Now the same thing for the middle part. Bring it under, bring it up, and this also has the notches, so could always rotate the line. Just don't want to rotate it too much, but just gonna rotate the line where the notch sits in the groove. And once I get the notch in, then I do the same for the clip. Oh, this bracket is actually closed in, so I'm gonna use my pry bar to try and open it up some. And the old line had an issue where it wasn't sitting flush, but now I see why. There we go. So you could see the groove. And this is what the old one looked like. The previous job, I guess, that was done, this got bent because it wasn't sitting flush, so now I could straighten it back. And then I put this in. Got it in. Just gonna we go. It's in, it's nice and secure. That's how it should be. Before, when I took it off, this little lip was under. So now I got it on top. That's where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to sit on top on both sides. But this was squeezed in. I guess it got banged, or they used a plier in the past and it got squeezed in, so the brake line wasn't going up all the way through. So now it is where it's supposed to be. It is how it's supposed to be. It's nice and snug. Just gonna get some brake cleaner, clean it up. I gotta do all four, so I'll go do the other side. And actually the other side is identical, so it's gonna be the same procedure. So I'm also gonna gravity bleed it until I get a chance to do a full bleed. And to do that, I'm gonna make sure the reservoir is full, which is right here at the moment. I'm gonna add some more to it. Then I'm gonna head to the bottom, and once I get to the bottom by the wheel, I'm gonna back this bleed screw out and just have me a little catch band set under it, and you're gonna see the fluid starts leaking out. Once it starts dripping out, it's gonna have air bubbles in it. You're just gonna watch it and the reservoir up top, and just make sure you see all the air bubbles come out, and you're gonna start having a steady stream. And you're not backing this out all the way, just crack it loose and then give it like maybe 1 or 2 turns, and you're gonna see the fluid coming out. Once all the air bubbles are gone, it's gonna be pretty much a steady stream. Then you close it back off, just snug it up. You're not over tightening it, just snug it up. Go back up top, check the reservoir, make sure the reservoir still has a lot of fluid in it, and at that point it's good to go. But in my case, I am gonna bleed the entire system, but that's just another way to change the lines. And once you just have a little bit of fluid like this come out, then you don't have to go crazy bleeding the entire system again. You could just gravity bleed it, and that'll take care of it. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.